We go. Welcome everybody to our bonus BOGO call. It is amazing to have a BOGO happening in Europe. So we're going to run through what a BOGO is, all the specials that are on offer from doTERRA just for these next special few days, and share some quick tips. So we could easily spend a whole evening on each one of the things that we're going to talk about, but we're hoping to this evening just give you a flavour of this amazing promotion, which starts tomorrow morning. So please feel free to add your tips and how you're using these things in the chat, because we know there's so many more ways to use them that we can possibly share in this short call. So please feel free to use the chat to contribute your tips too. This is definitely a sharing space and we'd love to hear from you as well. So for those who don't know me, I'm Alison Bartolo. I'm a leader here in doTERRA UK, and we've got the lovely Jo Caesar and the lovely Jo Adams who will be sharing tonight as well, and also Imelda, who is not live on the call, but she's pre-recorded her little top tips to share with us because she's at yoga, which is a very good place to be. So what is BOGO, first of all? So BOGO stands for buy one, get one. And this happens usually, we never really know. They like to keep it in the bag, and we only found out about this yesterday or very, very recently. It usually happens maybe 3 times a year. So it's a very special thing where we can buy an oil and get the different oil completely for free, which is amazing. And there are 5 different offers. So we've got buy peppermint, get wild orange for free, buy Zengest and get Meta Power for free, buy Melissa, get blue tansy for free, buy Serenity, get eucalyptus for free, and then buy the chocolate plant protein and get the vanilla plant protein for free. So and you can get all of them. And if you get all of them, if you do get one of each of those, you also get a doTERRA cap, which is there in the picture as well, for getting the bundle. So this is by far and away the best, most economical way to get started in doTERRA or to build your oil collection. It is only while stocks last, so they often do sell out, or a couple of them will sell out. So my top tip is to just get on it as quickly as possible. So you can order this if you have a doTERRA account already, or if you don't have a doTERRA account, you can literally set up your account for free with the BOGO bundle. So it's just awesome. So we'll go through exactly how to do that at the end and show you how you can double dip on some doTERRA goodies as well. So stay on to learn all the logistics of how to order, and there's some important quirky things you need to know to make sure you get the best deal and the right deal as well. So we are going to jump straight into the first offer, which is buy peppermint, which is £26, and get wild orange, which is £13.75 for free. And so I'm going to pass over to Jo and stop sharing my screen. So Jo Caesar, and he's going to share.
I will see if I can share mine now. I will apologise in advance. I've got teenagers cooking in the kitchen very near me, and the dog is on one this evening as well. Um, Let me just share my portion of screen. Oh, sharing a very large portion of my screen.
Yes.
Is that
Yeah, that looks
okay
good.
for everyone? Cool. Right. So yeah, like Alison said, I'm going to go through peppermint and wild orange. That says there because clearly I haven't spelled it right. And then Zengest and Meta Power. So first up, peppermint. I have to say I love peppermint. I literally have bottles of it everywhere. Bedroom, living room, car, office. Everyone's always grabbing it off me. But it is a really, really great oil. It's therapeutic benefits, so it's really fantastic for supporting your respiratory function. I always use it in the gym before I start a workout. I kind of put some in the palm of my hands and deeply inhale it because it opens up your airways by, I believe, around 60%. And I know there's some Australian football teams that use it. And gradually, everyone that I do any workouts with all starting to stink of peppermint because they're all going, can I have some? Um, Another way I use it all the time is for relieving the headaches and muscle tension. I suffer with a lot of headaches and seem to be getting a lot more recently, hormonal, which is an absolute pain in the head. But I use that quite often. Again, I use it in the same way. So I inhale it for a couple of drops in the palm of my hand, inhale it that way. I rub it on the back of my neck and around the base of my skull. And I will also have a couple of drops in some warm water, and that really helps to kind of ease that tension, open the airways so you're getting the oxygen and kind of help relieve the headache. It's a fantastic one for aiding digestion. So a really good way to use it for that is a drop of peppermint in some warm water. Don't use boiling water because that obviously affects the benefits of the oils, but also, especially with peppermint, if you add it to boiling water that is steaming and then you go to take a sip, you get peppermint steam in your eyes. And I can tell you now, you don't need to try it out from yourself. Learn from my mistakes. It's not very comfortable. It does subside, but it's not very comfortable. And it's also just a really fantastic oil for boosting your energy and alertness. So again, while we always have it, we were driving back from pool yesterday after a very late night 50th birthday party, lots of dancing, a couple of drinks, not too many, but more dancing and a late night. We were both absolutely exhausted. So we had to stop off for a very strong coffee and a load of peppermint before we could set off again. Um, it's another really great one for emotional support as well. So it's the oil of a buoyant heart, peppermint. Really fantastic at invigorating the mind and spirits. Again, if you're kind of feeling quite low and just need that little boost of something to zhuzh you up, peppermint is great. It promotes clarity and focus, especially so the boost in the energy and the alertness and the promoting clarity and focus. This actually goes really, really well with the other oil that you get free, which is wild orange. Those two together combined are just amazing at just kind of really brightening everything up and helping you to focus. And then it's also really good for releasing kind of frustration and fatigue. So again, if you're in a situation you're kind of struggling to get through it and you're feeling frustrated with feeling stuck, start using some peppermint and it will kind of really get that blockage unblocked and get you more motivated to do it. A couple of ways to use peppermint. So a lovely diffuser blend is 2 drops of peppermint, 2 drops of lemon even, and 2 drops of rosemary. That's going to really help you to feel uplifted, kind of engage in what you're doing. And a lovely affirmation that you can use with that is, I breathe in clarity and exhale tension. I'm uplifted and energized. A couple of other ways to use it is to apply for your temples for pick me up. Make sure you apply it right at the temples, not kind of too close to your eyes, because like I said, if it gets in your eyes, it can sting a little. Diffuse, I diffuse it all the time for concentration. Really lovely to use in a massage. I really notice when I massage it into my shoulders and my neck, you can feel the tingling, and it's got a really lovely cooling sensation that kind of invigorates your muscles and relieves tension. And obviously using it in a foot stoke is very, very good for tired, sore feet, which again, we both had very tired, sore feet after dancing all night on Saturday. A couple of recipes I like to use it in all the time are a peppermint cooling spray. So 10 drops of peppermint and 5 drops of lavender. I actually mix mine with rose water because I also like the scent, but that is on the go all the time now at work. I carry it around with me in my bag. It's on my desk. My desk is very, very hot. And I'm at that time of life where you just get a little bit hot every now and again. So a nice blitz of that and it keeps you nice and cool. And it lingers. It's not just when you spray it on. And another lovely recipe is a peppermint iced tea, which in this heat that we've been having recently is very, very nice. So just brew some peppermint tea, let it cool, add 1 drop of peppermint in, and then maybe serve with some lemon and some ice, and that is absolutely gorgeous. Right, the next oil I've got there for you, which does pair very nicely with this, like I said, is wild orange. So some of the therapeutic benefits for this, like Alison said earlier, if we were to go through everything for each of these oils tonight, we'd be here all night, maybe into the early hours of the morning. But some of the really good benefits of this are it was really good at supporting the immune function. It's a fantastic natural cleanser. So natural cleanser for kind of cleansing your home and also for cleansing yourself, your mind and your body. And it's really, really good at uplifting mood and energy, just like a lot of these citrus oils are. So if you always think of kind of citrus as being your sunny oils and lifting you up, wild oranges is definitely up there, the highest amongst all of them. In terms of emotional support, it is known as the oil of abundance. So it's no surprise that I have this in my kind of abundance manifestation blend perfume that I blitz on me everywhere. In fact, I blitzed it all over my table the other night at bingo and I won 50 quid. So there you go. It works. It's good stuff, this stuff. It inspires creativity and joy, which I love. I have it on quite a lot in my home if I am putting together specific maybe projects at work or kind of looking at our social media, or in fact just kind of doing any kind of creative or art stuff at home, I will quite often have wild orange on the go with some other oils to kind of help boost that creativity and feel good factor. It's really good at reducing anxiety. So it's a lovely blend to put in with some other oils if you're kind of feeling overly anxious. And it encourages playfulness. So I really enjoy this oil. I've been talking to somebody I know recently about looking back at childhood photos and kind of thinking, I want to bring that girl back again. I want to bring her the way she thought about life. So I quite like the idea of using wild orange to bring out that real, not naive, but that real innocent mindset again. And kind of we get so dragged down by things these days. We want to bring some of that childhood fun back. So wild orange is a great one for that. A lovely diffuse blend for wild orange is 3 drops of wild orange, 2 drops of frankincense, and 1 drop of cinnamon. And it's a lovely warming scent, as you can imagine, with the cinnamon, but it is also really, really uplifting and fresh. And a really nice affirmation to use that is I welcome joy and abundance into my life, and I am open to new possibilities. So we saw earlier that it's the oil of abundance. A couple of different usage ideas. So it's a really good oil to diffuse first thing in the morning. We have 2 diffusers in my bedroom, one next to my husband for the snoring aspect and helping us get to sleep. And then next to me when I get up in the morning, I have wild orange in mine with some other bits to kind of really energize me and get me going and get me set up for the day. I quite often add it into my cleaning sprays. It's really lovely. It's a really good degreaser and kind of is detoxifying, so it's going to clean those surfaces. Really nice to use in a body rub. So whether it's a kind of a body oil that you want to rub into your body in the morning or a body scrub, it's going to help get into your cells and kind of detoxify. And obviously rubbing into your body is going to help kind of manage your circulation and lymphatic system. Um, and just adding some to water is really, really lovely. If you want to liven up your water, it's also going to help detoxify your liver and your body, and then just tastes pretty good too. So a couple of lovely recipes with this are bliss balls. I'd quite like to think of another name for them, I'm not going to lie. But a combination of oats, dates, and some, can never say this word properly, desiccated coconut. I used to call it designated coconut, but it's desiccated coconut. Um, with a couple of drops of wild orange in and just kind of blitz all those together in a food processor. And once it all starts to combine and, go round in one big lump, then you can take it out and mold it into balls, or you can put it into a flat baking tray and kind of flatten it down. And then once it's solidified, not quite sure that's the word, but I'm pretty sure you all know what I mean. In the fridge, then you can cut it into slices. It's quite nice. And a citrus room spray. If you want your room to be uplifting and energizing and all your visitors to feel that way, really nice room spray is 10 drops of wild orange, 5 drops of lemon, and again, some water, distilled water. You can add a little bit of witch hazel to that as well to kind of help the scent to last longer and linger in the air. Do you want me to go straight into Zengest? Yeah, shall I just keep rolling with it whilst I can still talk? Okay, so the next blend is Zengest, and I have to say I was really pleased at looking at all the BOGOs because they are all oils that I use all the time and kind of regularly replace. So I will be definitely making the most out of this, getting myself a nice little cap. Gonna have to learn to wear a cap now. Zengest is a fantastic blend. Again, I use it all the time. I have suffered with lots of digestive issues over the years, and I think most people do, but they don't kind of really notice it just because it becomes a normal part of life that we all seem to suffer with these digestive issues. But I think once you start to resolve some of them and treat some of them and manage them better, then you realize more so. But yeah, the therapeutic benefits for this, some of them are obviously it supports digestion amazingly. It's really good for easing stomach discomfort. I quite often, if I've had a big meal or just feeling a bit, will just literally rub some onto my upper abdomen, and I'm always amazed at how quickly the discomfort subsides. Really good at reducing bloating and gas. Again, a couple of drops of water, knock it back, sip it, apply it topically to your stomach. For things like that. And also it's great for travel. So if you or any of your children or of your family travel, get travel sickness, this is a really great one to use. So you could get like a little portable diffuser to go into your car and diffuse it in your car. You can get the little clip-on diffusers that go on your air vents that blow it out, or you can just again put in the palm of your hands and just kind of gently inhale. Or if you've got young children, maybe a little bit on a hanky or something, get them to hold the hanky so they can hold onto that and breathe that in whilst you're traveling. Um, Emotional support terms, obviously it is the oil we can see here that's really good for digestion. So emotionally, it's also really good for digestion in terms of um digesting emotions and working through them the same that we would with our actual internal body. It does exactly the same with our emotions. So it's really good to be able to use if you want to kind of help process life experience and kind of work through them. It encourages emotional release. So many of us, we know we hold on to emotions, but there's also a lot of us that hold on to emotions that we don't realize we do because we're just taught in life to, you deal with something, you move on, you carry on. So it may be emotions from a meeting or something that you may have been at an earlier in the week. It may be emotions that you've been storing onto for years and years and years that you weren't even aware that were there, and they've manifested however they are. But Zengest is a really, really good one to work with if you want to kind of let go of things. Um, so a lovely diffuser blend to use for this one is 2 drops of Zengest, 2 drops of lemon, and a drop of ginger. And you can imagine how that smells. That's really kind of fresh and crisp and clean, which I think is, obviously it's cleansing your body, but it's really good for cleaning your mind as well. And a nice affirmation to use with that is, I trust the process of life. I release not what no longer serves me. Some other useful ideas for this is, like I said, to rub onto your stomach after meals. If you're like me and a bit too eyes bigger than your belly sometimes, and you think, oh, I'll just finish those last few mouthfuls, even though I'm really full. Popping some of this on your stomach after can kind of help release those um, feelings of kind of feeling really full and overstretched. Add it to water or tea. I personally am not overly keen on the taste of this. It's quite a strong taste that really lingers. So if I have it in water, I like to have it in a shot. We've got a few shot glasses. And so I'll just put the oil in first, then the water, and then knock it back. And that really, really helps. Diffusing it again is a great one for diffusing for kind of balance, but obviously it's also going to get into your cells as well, diffusing it, so it's going to be great for digestion as well. And also to apply it during times of stress. It's got the peppermint in, so that's quite uplifting and energizing. But obviously, when we get stressed, I'm pretty sure there's more of you out there the same as I do. I feel it in my stomach first when I'm stressed. My stomach is the first thing to go. It's where it kind of responds the most. So using this in times of stress will kind of help ease that out, keep that at bay. Obviously the recipes I've got for you, a really nice digestive tea if you don't just want the Zengest in water, is some warm water with honey and lemon and a drop of Zengest in there, and that is really nice and comforting. That one I do like, I can cope with that. And then the tummy roller again, which is one that I carry with me everywhere so that I can offer it to other people as well, is a 10 ml roller bottle, and then I double up in this. I put 10 drops of Zengest in there with some fractionated coconut on, and again I just apply that into my abdomen when I'm feeling like I need a bit of relief there. So the free oil that you get when you buy the Zengest is the Meta Power. This is one that I've really started using loads recently. It kind of always interested me, but the past month or so, I've been literally using it all the time. I've got it upstairs, I've got it down here, and I've got it at work. So its therapeutic properties are that it's a really good oil for supporting your metabolic health. Um, which affects us overall in every which way possible. It affects our gut health, kind of weight management type stuff, our brain, how we're thinking. It is really good at curbing cravings. So I have noticed since I've been using this daily, I'm not craving those real sweet treats that I was always craving and kind of the snackings in between meals. Um, it promotes energy. I've certainly noticed a lot more energy when I should have energy, not energy at 2 o'clock in the morning when I need to be sleeping, energy from when I'm getting up in the morning, getting ready to go to work, through till then going to bed, feeling nice and properly tired in the evenings to go to bed. But I'm not feeling those midday slumps quite so much, or when I get in from work. And again, it can be known to aid weight management. I'm not saying use this oil and you're dramatically going to lose lots and lots of weight, but you can use this oil to support kind of any weight management that you're doing. So obviously that goes with the clean eating and looking at everything else in your lifestyle as well, but it's a really good oil to support that. In terms of emotional support, I love this oil. It's the body of oil. It's the oil of body acceptance. So we can see that it's obviously working on our body internally in terms of its physical properties, but in terms of emotion as well, it's daft to say that I'm sure lots and lots of us have body hang-ups and have had them from younger years and as we get older. And as much as I would like to say we shouldn't be worrying about any of those, I know that lots of us do. So this is a really lovely oil to kind of work on those feelings as well. And one of the ways I love to do it, it gets me physically and emotionally. I apply it to my dry body brush every morning, a few drops on that, brush all over my body. And I don't say it all out loud, but as I'm doing, I do think, oh God, quite liking this body now. It's got me to this age. It's doing this, it's doing that. I speak kindly to myself if I'm using it. Um, it's really good at encouraging self-discipline, so mentally as well as physically. It can be really good for supporting lifestyle changes. So if you're going through something that's a big change, whether it's a new job, whether it's moving to a new house, whether it's a change in family dynamics, all these kind of big changes that we go through, this oil can be really supportive to use alongside some other bits. And it's really good at easing self-sabotage. I have had a lifestyle of a lifelong thing of self-sabotage. Something start going well, and I hit the F it button, and I'll eat everything in sight, or I'll do something to kind of ruin the consistency, or whatever it is. But this oil can be really good at supporting with that as well. And then the last couple of bits on this one, a lovely diffuser blend for this is 3 drops of Meta Power, 2 drops of wild orange, and 1 drop of spearmint. And an affirmation to go, that is, I'm strong, I'm capable, and I'm in control of my choices. So you can see here, quite like the kind of the focus blend as well, it's going to help you really focus on those things. Some different ways to use it. Like I said, add to water before meals. So I have a bottle on my desk at work. I use it first thing in the morning before I have anything. And then at work before lunch, I've got it with me to either curb any cravings that I might have or have it before a meal. And again in the evening, you can diffuse it during workouts. If you're working out at home, you can diffuse it. It's a really good way to do it. Apply to your pulse points when you go out for a walk is a really, really nice way to use it, and obviously you get the gorgeous aroma as you're out walking as well, and using a roller blend to apply topically either pulse points or on wherever you need to on your body, especially if you want a bit of a massage. So the morning water can be 1 to 2 drops of Meta Power, just in some distilled water and with any kind of fruit really, but lemon is obviously really nice and detoxifying as well. And then an amazing body scrub. So you're going to get the aromatic stuff going on when you do this. So you're going to get all the emotional support, but also using it as a body scrub, you're going to be really rubbing it into your body. It's going to help with cellulite stuff. It's going to help with your skin. It's going to get into your cells. It's going to help detoxify and cleanse. And obviously the scrubbing is going to work your lymphatic system. It's just gorgeous. So that is it. That is my 4. I will stop sharing and hand back over to Alison, and I'll mute myself so that you don't hear the kids anymore. I apologise.
Can't hear them at all, but that's
Well,
amazing.
that's
I
good.
love it, and I love how you have put on the affirmation for each one. I'm thinking, oh, I wish I'd done something like that now. Oh, hang on, can you see? You can see the whole thing, can't you? Oh, my my Zoom's playing silly buggers. There we go. Is that better? Can you see that there? But yeah, thank you so much, Joe. I love that, and I love some of the comments in the comments in the chat as well. Somebody saying they lost 20 kilos using the Meta Power. So I don't know whether that was the whole system or just the oil, but that is absolutely incredible. So amazing. The first offer was buy peppermint, get wild orange. Second offer is buy the Zengest, which is £35.50. Get the Meta Power, which is £28.50 for free. So again, this is just the quickest and easiest way to get literally free oils from doTERRA. Absolutely amazing. So the third offer is buy Serenity, which is what I call Labrador on steroids, and get eucalyptus for free. So we have the lovely Imelda, and I fingers crossed hope this is going to work, sharing about Serenity. So let's hope that this works. I'm not sure how I get it to play. sometimes does this. Mm, so I don't know why. I think when I share the screen, for some reason, it just takes time. Or start autoplay. No, that's not it. Okay, forgive me. Let me just pull it up elsewhere. I don't know why my computer or Zoom does this weird thing, but I will get it sorted. ASAP, just hold with me and just, yeah, have a read through the chats for just 10 seconds while I get this sorted.
Or I was going to say, whilst Alison is sorting that out, which pairings is everyone most excited about? Which ones is everyone definitely going to go for?
Wild orange and peppermint, definitely.
Yeah, it's just a no-brainer, isn't it? Those two.
Mm. Well, and the ones with Ingest and Meta Power, definitely. So, well,
Yeah, brilliant. Right, okay, this should hopefully work.
Sorry, I can't be with you live this evening, but I had other plans already in the diary. However, still wanted to come on and talk to you about Serenity because it is one of my absolute favourite oils from doTERRA. And as you know, from tomorrow, it's going to be included in the summer BOGO deal. So if you order a Serenity oil, you will get a free eucalyptus. What is not to love? So Serenity, if you're not familiar with this one, it includes lavender, cedarwood, hoewood, ylang ylang, Roman chamomile, and vanilla bean. So it is a awesome, relaxing, brilliant for sleep blend. And if you're anything like me and your brain struggles to switch off at night and you're carrying tension throughout the day, then Serenity is honestly a game changer. So a couple of tips to use Serenity. It's brilliant for relaxing, for unwinding, and for sleeping, obviously. So you can diffuse it at bedtime, which is what I do. I have a diffuser on my bedside table, and usually vetiver and Serenity and maybe a bit of air, depending on whether we've got any seasonal challenges within the house. That's how I use it. You can also apply it to the soles of the feet, to your pulse point, to the back of your neck. I have a little roller blend that I've made with some fractionated coconut oil, also on my bedside table. So I can put that straight onto the soles of my feet at bedtime, and that really, really helps as well. And also, obviously, a calming bath. So maybe 3 to 5 drops, I would say, mixed with some Epsom salts or even magnesium flakes as well, and put it in a bath for a very nice calming experience before bedtime. And obviously, there are a couple of other Serenity products. Obviously, it's the oil that's included in the BOGO. However, they do Serenity capsules as well that you can take at night time to support a restful sleep, and also a Serenity stick that also includes valerian. And that's great for travel, for on the go. So some other options for you as well as the amazing BOGO deal. So hopefully catch up with you all soon. Cheers.
There we go. That was the amazing Imelda sharing her top tips for Serenity there. And with the bath salts, just on that note, I like to mix Serenity, Aroma Touch, and Deep Blue together. It's just phenomenal. Anyone will love that gift. Oh, no, not that one. Sorry, having techno issues. Yeah, I just find that's the absolute best gift for anyone who's not experienced the oils yet, to have a lovely bath soak with those three together, or any one of them individually. Oh, why is it doing this?
Sorry, could you repeat what the third oil was? I got Deep Blue Serenity. I was just wondering what the third one was.
Aroma Touch.
Aroma Touch, thank you.
No worries. Okay, just bear with me again. Where am I? For some reason, well, maybe that is right actually. No, it's not. I don't know what's going on. Oh, Zoom, why do you not like me? Okay, let me just bear with me. I might hand back over to you, Joe, while I just get myself sorted, if that's okay.
Would any of you like me to sing or dance for you whilst Alison sorts herself out?
That would be lovely. Oh, why is it doing
Yeah,
this?
but I
Here
don't
we
know
go.
if you're able to come on. I was just messaging you. I'm sure everyone else would like to know as well. Where you said that you lost 20 kilos using The Metapower. Was that the entire range, or was just that the particular oil, or I'm interested
Was
very
that
much so.
Deborah? Who, I'm not sure who said that in the chat.
I think it was Deborah, yeah. Here she is.
I am here.
Just hiding.
Okay. Right, well, we might come back to you, Deborah. Sorry, because I'm sorted now. Apologies. I had to close it down, open it again, because that's, you know, that's all tech issues, how they get solved. But we will come back to you, Deborah. Amazing. Okay, well, thank you to Imelda for sharing that. That's awesome. I love Serenity. And if you buy Serenity, you get eucalyptus for free. So eucalyptus is such a special oil from doTERRA. You won't find any other eucalyptus like the doTERRA one. So I always like to look at which blends particular oils are in, because that gives us a really good indicator as to what they're good for. So we know that eucalyptus is in the air, the respiratory blend, On Guard, which is our immunity blend. So both of those are for that immunity and respiratory, you know, the breathing side of things. And then they are also in Aroma Touch, which is the massage blend, and Deep Blue, which is that muscle and joint repair blend. So that it's there for that physical soothing as well. So what's really special about the doTERRA eucalyptus, and I just want to touch on this really briefly, but it's a blend. So you'll notice actually when you look at the bottle, it actually says eucalyptus blend. So there's 5 different species of eucalyptus within this bottle. And this is because doTERRA don't want to adulterate the oils in any way. They don't want to manipulate the compounds, because nature knows best, and nature produces the perfect product, and it perfectly balanced within itself. But what they found is, you know, certain things grown at certain types of year or in different places, it might be more of a certain chemical. And actually, to create a more balanced profile, they'll mix it with other species. So you're getting the benefits of all the different species at once. And this really creates consistency, because they can blend them together so that it's absolutely at the most optimal, you know, chemical profiling for us in that physical way and also in that emotional way as well. So without corrupting the actual chemical profile, they're able to make these blends, which gives us all the chemistry that Mother Nature intended. So eucalyptus is also part of the respiratory protocol from the Symphony of the Cells. So if you haven't heard of Symphony of the Cells, definitely learn about Symphony of the Cells. It's a really quick way to apply the oils for any ailment, any system of the body. So whether you're feeling unwell, whether it's a respiratory thing, whether it's you know, an immunity thing, whether it's a hormonal thing or a bone thing or an emotional thing, there's different protocols, and the respiratory one obviously includes eucalyptus. So if you came to the Bristol event on the 5th of July, you would have seen the live demonstrations, which were very lovely. And we are actually next week on our team call on Monday night, we are talking about it and going to give a demonstration of how that works as well. So definitely recommend that. I really like to use eucalyptus as part of my perfumes, because it's got that real, it's like a high note. It really, you know, gets into the sinuses and into the lungs. I absolutely love combining that with my perfumes. You can use it. A lot of people sort of traditionally will use eucalyptus as part of that steam inhalation. So putting a couple of drops in a bowl of hot water. But like Joe said, like these doTERRA oils are so potent that sometimes that can sort of blow your eyes off. So have a flannel over the eyes. But honestly, I just find a drop in the palms and just having a really deep breath of that is such a beautiful way to get that into the lungs. Or the little sticks. I haven't got any here, but the little, like the vapor sticks. What do you call them? I don't know what you call them. You stick them, inhalations things. You can get them really cheaply off eBay or whatever, a whole batch of them, and you just put a couple of drops on the pad inside and breathe that in, and it's brilliant. They're also brilliant in bath salts. And I'm a massage therapist, and when I turn people over, like so when they do a different side, they're often quite blocked up in the nose, and I'll either do air or eucalyptus and just hold that in my hands over the nose just to clear those airways before they, you know, to help them open up. And also really, really good for like stinky shoes or carpets. So just putting a few drops in a jar with bicarb, sprinkling over mattresses or over carpets or inside shoes, leaving it for a couple of minutes, and then vacuuming that up just gives such a brilliant freshness to all those things. So lots and lots of ways to use the amazing and free eucalyptus. So the next combo is very, very precious. So this combination is to buy Melissa and get blue tansy for free. These are very low yield. They're very rare. They're delicate. It's a very labor intensive process to grow these and distill them. And so they are more expensive. So Melissa is £113. But blue tansy is £97.25. So this is a way to get an almost £100 bottle of oil for free, which is absolutely incredible. And plus, if you do order these on the loyalty program, if you already have an account with doTERRA, then you'll get up to 35 points for ordering, which you can buy like a bottle of Magnolia or Douglas fir or another peppermint. So we'll talk about that again at the end, but this is such a generous offer. I absolutely love these oils. They're kind of more of a real love, nurturing heart, because they just are so incredibly precious. So I'm going to talk through blue tansy to start with. I should have done it the other way around because it's by Melissa Get Blue Tansy, but I was in a rush, so I apologize. But blue tansy is known as the Smurf oil because it is very, very, very blue. So if anyone has any, you will know this, but I don't know if you can see the screen, but I'm just going to just dab a little bit from my bottle, just the lid of the bottle onto my hand. You can see there just how dark blue that is. And it's a very strong smell. That's not even a whole drop. So the blue color is from a chemical constituent called chamazulene, which is not present until it's distilled, and that's when that occurs. And this gives it an incredibly high profile of it being an antioxidant-y. I know that's not a word, but it's very antioxidant-y. So it's brilliant for skincare, and that's what it's really known for. In a lot of high-end skincare, they will use minute amounts of blue tansy. We have the ingredient in a bottle itself and can make our own skincare products and use as much as little as we want. So I do use it in my ultimate skin serum, which is just castor oil and coconut oil, fractionated coconut oil. I usually do about a third of castor oil and the rest fractionated coconut oil. So I've got the thicker, heavier oil to go deep in the skin, and the lighter oil to carry it, carry it deep into the cells as well. And I add blue tansy and other skincare oils into that, and it's just so premium and so amazing. It's brilliant for anti-aging. It's good for cellular repair. Just amazing results. You can look up heaps and heaps. I couldn't even pick them because there's so many, but just look up online and you'll just see all the before and afters of people and their skin and various conditions. It's also really calming. So it's in our adaptive blend, which is our anxiety blend with doTERRA. So we know, okay, if they're using blue tansy and adaptive, we know it's going to help us with emotional balance and with stress. It's also a mild antihistamine, so it can help with seasonal sensitivity. And emotionally, it's the oil of inspired action. So we can see on the next slide how blue it is on the toes, and what a funny place to put blue tansy on a big toes, but it's actually a thing. There's the big toe blue, no, the big blue toe challenge. What is it called? The blue toe challenge. So the invitation is, and I have done this and it's incredible, is to put a drop of blue tansy on your big toe for 30 days and you will be blown away by your life. So here we have somebody in those, you can even look on Facebook, there's blue toe challenge groups that you can join with people doing it. So here's somebody saying, day 14, blue tansy truly is the oil of inspired action. Yesterday I had something I never thought I would had the nerve to do. I wasn't nervous at all. I actually had fun doing it. Prayers and blue tansy for the win. And you hear so many stories of people just saying, yeah, it's just making me get on and just get it done, which is what we all need a little bit of. Well, I certainly do. So there is a video online of Emily Wright talking about both blue tansy and Melissa and how to use them actually in combination. It's a brilliant video. I have got it up here, but I know with time's already ticking away with us, but definitely search that up. I'm on YouTube and you'll see how brilliantly she talks about it as well. So moving on to Melissa, which is the one that we actually would buy, and then blue tansy will be free. So Melissa is just the oil. It's the oil of light. It's the oil of absolute divination. So I actually chucked into ChatGPT. I was like, tell me why Melissa is so good. I mean, I know from my own personal experiences, and it said it's like, this is what it said. I know we're not supposed to fall in love with like robots, but I was like, It says Melissa is like emotional sunlight in a bottle. I thought that is exactly how I think of Melissa. It's emotional sunlight in a bottle. So it used to be an ingredient in a blend called Elevation, which doTERRA don't do anymore. But that balance and elevation were the two oils that I would recommend for someone who was in a really, really dark place. And I saw incredible transformation together with the Lifelong Vitality and those two oils. So now, obviously, we can just use Melissa, or there is a little bit of Melissa in the Hope blend as well. But it really lifts us into light. So anyone you know that might be in a dark place, even just one drop of Melissa in a 5 ml bottle, just top up with the coconut oil, and they put that on their pulse points, and that's the best gift you could possibly give them. It's that hope, it's that light, it's lifting us into that higher place. In our chakra workshop, we talk about it in line with the crown chakra because it's connected to the divine. So if anyone has the Essential Emotions book, then I highly recommend having a read of what it says about Melissa in here, because it really is very, very special. On a physical level, it is the most powerful antiviral that there is. So when I start to feel unwell, I'll do the Symphony of the Cells ID protocol, I'll use On Guard, and I'll do all the flu bombing and all the things that I normally do. I'll also grab a bit of Melissa, just a little tiny rub of it, and rub it on my gums, and I don't get sick. It's just amazing. And there was a lady in our team actually who did that every single day during COVID, and she says she's the only person that she knows that didn't get COVID. It's also brilliant for cold sores because it's such a powerful antiviral. So if you have any cold sores come up, that's the number one oil recommendation, because usually maybe people might not have it because it's a more expensive one, but if you have got it, you can get it on and it's going to whisk it away very, very quickly. So this is the video. I'm not going to show it because my partly tech issues and partly time, but you can look it up. Look up Emily Wright, Blue Tansy Melissa, and she speaks about it so beautifully and how the oils actually work emotionally with our brain as well. So I'm going to pass over now to our amazing menopause coach, Jo Adams, who is absolute powerhouse of a woman and knows all about protein and why it's such an important thing for us to be taking, particularly through this stage in our life. So over to you, Jo.
Okay. Hi. I don't have any slides, so can you see me? I have my protein here. I use it all the time. A lot of people think protein powders are for bodybuilders, which is not the case at all. And particularly when you're using something like doTERRA, because it's all clean. Some of the stuff you can buy online or in the shops is just full of fillers and sugars, and it's just full of rubbish. It's no good for you. However, the doTERRA stuff will see all clean and really healthy. As we get a bit older, we are losing muscle mass from the age of like 35, and so protein is absolutely essential. We need to be eating more protein, and most women don't eat anywhere near enough protein as they should do. And we have a thing called sarcopenia, which where our muscle starts going, and protein will help slow that down. Generally, breakfast is really important. One of the most important meals of the day, I believe, but most women don't get either no protein. If I speak to ladies, they're like, oh, what do you have for breakfast? I had a cup of coffee or I had a piece of toast on the way out the door. It's not going to do you any good. So if you're in a rush, protein powder is absolutely brilliant. Vanilla is my favorite. Put it into smoothies. Literally, you can add a banana, a scoop of protein powder, I use almond milk or coconut milk, whatever milk of your choice. Maybe some berries in there, maybe some kale, whatever you like. Put it in there. You've got a scoop of the protein. I think it's 24 grams of protein per scoop. So if you're aiming between like 25, 30 grams of protein per meal, that is absolutely perfect. So we also need it for bone health. It helps if we've got strong muscles and we've got strong bones, that is going to help us reduce our risk of osteoporosis. It helps out if we've got more muscle, then our metabolism is better, which means you can eat more, which is always a good thing. Do like my food. So it gives you a better metabolic rate. So the more protein you eat, the more your metabolism kicks in. And it also helps balancing our hormones and our appetite, because it's got a higher thermic effect when we eat it. So it burns more calories just by eating it. That's what thermic effect means. So it makes you fuller. So you would never I mean, most people can eat a huge bag of crisps or a packet of biscuits, but you couldn't sit and eat a whole chicken. So that's why protein will make you fuller and keep you fuller for longer. So if you have a high protein breakfast, the smoothie, or my absolute favorite is protein pancakes, which you can make. They're gluten-free. I use gluten-free oats, an egg, a banana, scoop of protein powder, a little bit of almond milk, whatever, to loosen it. And then you just make some little pancakes, and then add some Greek yogurt and some berries, drizzle of honey. Perfect. Absolutely amazing breakfast, and giving you lots of protein, which will keep you full until lunchtime. So you're not going to be snacking. So like I said, try and aim between 25 to 30 grams of protein per meal, which is going to help support your muscle and your energy levels. So using a scoop of protein powder is a great way of doing that. Another thing, the chocolate, you can make like a chocolate mug cake that you can put in the microwave, or I put it in baking. I make chocolate chia puddings, which are delicious. So they're really high protein. I don't like particularly like chia seeds when they're like whole, the consistency. So I blend it with the protein powder and the milk, and then leave it overnight, and then have that with fresh berries in the morning. So that's another nice high protein breakfast. But yeah, it's a really lovely taste, and there's no fillers in it, and it makes hitting your protein target simple and delicious. So they are vital for midlife women.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Jo. That's so brilliant. So just I don't think you said with the portion. So I know it's 25 to 30 grams per meal. So I think each protein serving, so it's 24 grams of protein per serving in the doTERRA ones, which is pretty much meeting that. So then if you add a little bit of almond milk or anything like that, and it's from pea, chickpea, potato, and rice proteins as opposed to whey powder. So it's also got no GMOs, no gluten, no soy, no dairy, and it's sweetened naturally with monk fruit and stevia. There's no artificial additives or refined sugar. So it really is like just an absolutely brilliant one. And thank you so much, Jo. I love all the recipe ideas of how to put them in foods, and feel free to add any others in the chat as well. So doTERRA have put together a brilliant ebook with lots of different ideas. So I'm just going to skim through this. You're welcome to scan the code on the screen to get that, or you can just Google the Summer Edit BOGO ebook and it will come up fairly easily anyway. But some of the things that were showing that, and I'll pull this up again at the end in case you've missed it, but they've got things here like peppermint and iced matcha latte from the peppermint and orange one. There's a well, it just talks about the oils in the Zengest and the Meta Power. And a gentle reset juice with that one. We've got a blend breakdown there, and then how to make a nice eucalyptus balm. Then we've got how they source and all the uses for Melissa and Blue Tansy. And then there's a chocolate peanut butter milkshake from the plant protein. So lots of ideas in there that you can make use of as well. So I just want to share some BOGO tips because it is a little bit quirky. How to order it to make sure that you're getting the best deal, but also not doing the wrong thing and getting the wrong thing sent. So just some logistics. So for those who already have a doTERRA account, all you need to do is add the paid for oil into your account. So don't put the free oil in your basket. Otherwise, you're going to pay for that, the one that is supposed to be free, and then you're going to get another free one. So only put the one that you have to pay for in your basket, and the other one's going to come automatically. If you do have points accumulated on your account, that is brilliant, but this is not the time to be using them. You can't use your points to pay for the paid oil. If you do use them in that way, it's not going to send the free oil. So just make sure that you can use your commissions. So if you've got store credit or AR balance, something like that, they treat that as cash. So you can absolutely use that. You're still paying for it. You're just paying from your commissions, and you'll still get the free oil that way. But yeah, don't use your points to pay for it. But if you place your BOGO order as a loyalty order, you will earn points for that order. So if it's your first time ordering, you will get 10% back of the point value. If you've been going a while and you're up to 30% back, then that's what we call a double dip. And we're literally getting the free oils and we're earning the points on the on the oils we're getting. So I did a quick calculation. It's £203 worth of free product that they're giving away with this BOGO. If you were to get just one of each deal, and you're allowed to get up to 5 of each deal, but just say you to get the one of each deal, that's £203 saving. Plus, if you did get each one, you'd be getting a free cap as well. And the order comes to 230 points that you'd be paying for. So if you get 10% back on that, that's at 23 points back, plus your shipping back, which I'll explain in a little bit. If you've been going for doTERRA a while, you're going to get over 70 points back for this order, which is like almost £70 worth of free product you can redeem in the future on top of all the freebies that you're getting with this order. So I just can't explain how insanely good it is to order BOGO, and particularly ordering BOGO on the loyalty program through doTERRA is absolutely amazing. So if you haven't set up your loyalty program before and you need help, go back to the person who introduced you and ask them, say, teach me how to do this. I want all the best of the best. So for those who are brand new, if you don't have a doTERRA account yet, the number one thing is to go back to the person who invited you to the call, and they will just help you set up your own account with the BOGO bundle. It's completely free to set it up if you get the BOGO bundle, or you can pick and choose the deals that you want if you only want some of the deals. And as long as it's over a certain amount, that will be free to set up as well. And that gives you an account, 25% discount on doTERRA for a year. So make sure you have a chat with them. They can literally send you a link and you'll be set up in under a minute, and you'll have the oils arriving at your door in a few days. And your support person will guide you through exactly how to use them. And it's very easy. And also just know that this is just the start. What comes next is a community to support and educate you on how to use them. And you will just create the most amazing, low tox, nourishing, wholesome lifestyle, alongside lots of other beautiful souls on a journey with wellness. So we can't wait for you to get started with that. Make sure you reach out to them. So that's us. That's our wrap up. We've done it in under an hour. That's good. So my top tip is to just be quick. Don't miss out, because they do sell out and we don't want you to miss out. You can order up to 5 of each one, and obviously if you get the bundle, then you will get the free cap as well. So I will stop the recording there and then we'll do some questions.